Welcome into the Behind the Wall podcast. It is commit season. Penn State lands another big commitment, this time from St. Joe's Prep defensive lineman 2026, Alex Haskell. My favorite really part about this kid's game is just his get off. I mean, he's a big kid. I mean, he's 6'4", 240, so got a little room to grow. And up to this point, has been a hybrid kind of defensive end, defensive tackle. When we get in the film room in a second, you will see that he is playing both. I think he projects more as a defensive tackle, especially as he continues to put more weight on. But he flies off of the ball. I mean, this kid has the motor you like to see out of a true defensive lineman that just will not stop. He wills his way. He will track guys down. He is retracing, firing down. There's a screen pass. Well, he's going to come straight down the line and try to make a play on it. And overall, I mean, his pass rushing ability, like I said, he probably will be a defensive tackle, but he's fluid. He's got pretty good hands. They are quick. He knows how to flip his hips, get around. When he sees those hands, it's automatic swipe and just clean movement as a whole. So excited to see this guy get on campus. But before we get into the film room, please hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying all the content. We have great content coming all summer long, and then the fall is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be posting every single day. All right, let's hop into the film room and see what we are getting out of Haskell.
All right, I first want to start out with Haskell's pass rushing ability, and this is where I talk about he's just fluid in his movement. So first thing he does, and we always like to see, especially if you're playing a little defensive end, get upfield, threaten this tackle, get him to drop this foot. And then the other piece of it too is he waits. He's a little bit patient. He waits to see this hand come up. That's the trigger. As soon as he sees that, double hand swipe. Great job getting the hands off you. And then I really like the bend here. I mean, that's high talent bend to be able to get around the quarterback. A lot of guys kind of have to round it off and kind of go up and around. But right here, he does a good job getting flat back to the quarterback and then just a half a second, not even away. That hand is a little bit closer. That's a strip sack and maybe getting your team the ball there. Actually, I think, do they pick this thing off? Looks like he does right there. So he's applying pressure, forcing an interception. So right there, being impactful off rip. So once again, just the fluidness of Haskell's pass rush ability right here is what I really like. Goes inside, but if you just watch it, I mean, just watch him from the beginning. It just feels so, boom, really quick. The hands, it doesn't look like it's taking a lot for him to use that hand swipe. It's just natural, boom, and then get vertical back into the quarterback. Be a disruptor when the opposing offense decides to drop back. And then right here, against my alma mater in good counsel, clops in the pocket there, forcing a really nice sack. I just want to talk about how he comes out of his stance. I really like that. That's an angle you want to see. You see how he is in a sprinter stance, firing out, pressing upfield, because now he's shooting out. Watch what happens. This tackle feels threatened, like, oh crap, I got to get back. And he just presses it upfield, and then bull rush. You see that? That's some strength right there. The bull rush, boom, throws the tackle back. Then the quarterback feels like he has to step up into the pocket, and Haskell is right there for the sack. Easy money. This kid, I mean, his pass rush abilities, I'm not saying he's elite, but he definitely has a really nice tool belt for Deion Barnes to work with. All right, now I want to talk a little bit more about Haskell's motor and just he flies off the ball, as you see right here. So obviously kind of unblocked, but he takes advantage of it, shooting upfield, stopping this jet sweep, and then just throwing his guy to the ground. He just constantly just pops out on tape in an explosive manner, and then also has the motor to track down these screen passes. I mean, you see he's running crossfield and lighting this dude up. So that is one thing that with a very aggressive, when you're a very aggressive defensive lineman and you get really far upfield, it is then easy to get caught on a screen pass. But the one thing that I like the most is that when he sees the screen passes happening, he doesn't go straight down the line like a lot of guys would. He takes an angle to where the running back is going to be. You see this, then he hunts him down, boom, just lays the wood on him. I like to see that, not only hustling, but also has the smarts to understand what type of angle I need to take. And then kind of similar path here. This is a back block for this center on Haskell here, and just does a good job fighting over top of it. But once again, this is where you see kind of just the explosiveness right here. He's caught up, and watch him just get off and then boom, just fire on this guy. and that's a TFL. So anytime someone is this explosive off the ball, they are able to generate a lot of TFLs and wreak havoc in the backfield. Even if they don't make the play, they might wreak enough havoc to get a linebacker through wide open through a gap. So overall, I think he definitely needs to develop a little bit more. But I think Haskell could be a very big time player down the road for Penn State.
So overall, I think this was a great pickup. And I think it's really important to dominate the Philly area, especially St. Joe's Prep, because there is constant talent just oozing out of St. Joe's Prep. I mean, they recruit all the top guys from the PA area and even eke into other states, really. And that's a pipeline we need to continue to feed off of. I remember I played St. Joe's Prep in high school. I played Marvin Harrison, Kyle McCord, Jeremiah Trotter. That was rough. I'm not going to lie. I remember we lost 37-36 on like the final play. Marvin Harrison, I mean, they were just back shouldering us, back shoulder. Marvin Harrison and Kyle McCord took us for 4 touchdowns apiece. We could not stop it. It was one of the worst losses of my high school career. That one hurt. I will never forget that one. But overall, a very solid get for Deion Barnes in Haskell. And you know, Deion Barnes is someone who is a very young defensive line coach. When he first got the job, there was a couple questions. Is he just getting it because he played here and, you know, just he's the GA and it's easy to promote him? Oh, I think he shut up anybody who had those questions because developed the crap out of Abdul Carter. I mean, a lot of people do not remember this, but early on we moved into defensive line. Everybody was excited about it. And then we got to like week 4 and it was like, hey, Abdul's not producing. Let's move him back to linebacker. And I'm even looking at the film breakdowns. I remember like the moves he was trying to execute and how he was doing them. It wasn't good. It was not smooth. So Deion Barnes developing Abdul Carter in season into the best pass rusher in college football deserves a lot of praise and a lot of props for that. And then once the playoffs came, he constantly had guys popping off. Even before the playoffs, he had Alonzo Ford really start to come on before that injury. And then after that, Keziah Izzard had an insane game against Notre Dame that I think is one of the big reasons that he's with the Chiefs right now. And then on top of that, too, Amin Vanover, when Abdul Carter went out against Boise State, Amin Vanover really stepped up, had a huge game, stopping Ashton Genty and company. So, I mean, consistently, I'm excited to see what Deion Barnes continues to do. He does have Zane Durant and Denai Dennis Sutton coming back, so there are some really talented older guys, but he also has some unproven talent that he needs to develop and make sure that they step up. All right, that is it for today's video. I appreciate you guys tuning in to this rundown on Alex Haskell. I think it was a great get, and I think down the line he could be a really good interior defensive lineman here at Penn State. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Please hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. Like, comment. Peace.